Ladies and gentlemen, how are you? Listen. Today I want to talk to the young generation again. I want to talk to young folks, people with fresh energy. Listen, you have no business attending church frequently if you're broke, young, and ambitious. Have you heard what I'm saying? I'm gonna repeat it again. You have no business going to church every single Sunday or as frequent as you're required by your church if you're broke, young, and ambitious. Look, I was watching a podcast in this episode, Chris Williamson was interviewing Matthew McConaughey. And Matthew McConaughey, as we all know, Matthew McConaughey is now a devout Christian, right? He's a believer. But before Matthew McConaughey became a believer, he used to be an agnostic. And he said that during those years when he was agnostic, he used to be responsible and self-reliant. And I think, this is my assumption, this is what I read from what he said, I think the reason why Matthew McConaughey is who he is today, the reason why Matthew McConaughey is famous, rich, and respectable in the society, someone who has status, is because he was a responsible, reliant human being when he was a young man. I don't know if you've heard me. Look, I just want to say that there is a stage in your life whereby you do not need church. I hope you're listening to me. And I'm very careful with how I'm choosing my words. I'm saying there is a stage in your life where you do not need church, not God, okay? Because I am passionate about speaking against these activities, these shady and manipulative activities that happen in the church. I don't have anything against God, but I have a lot of things that I am against when it comes to church. So listen, guys, if you are broke, part of the reason why you're broke is because your parents never made anything off of their lives. They are just human, regular people. And if your parents used to go to church every single Sunday and they never became anything in life, the only thing they did, or the greatest achievement they ever attained in life, is maybe creating you, then you are not supposed to follow the same patterns. You're not supposed to repeat the same mistakes. Because let me repeat this again. Religion or going to church every single day, it does not matter how devout a Christian you are. Poverty is not spiritual. Poverty is systematic. When you're young, you don't need to be giving away your money to an institution that has plenty of resources. You don't need to be sacrificing a huge percentage of your money as tithes and offerings. You need to be learning things. You need to use that money to invest in skills, in learning skills. Meet mentors. Let them show you what to do in life. You need to develop yourself with that money, not give it away. Now that is the problem. Like, you go to church and all they think is give, bring, we need to build this. We have another project here. And those projects are not necessarily going to benefit you. That is why I'm saying, if you're broke, young, and ambitious, you have no business going to churches that are not going to empower you financially. Let's just say economically, and maybe think of anything else. If you're going to church that is not empowering you, all it does is just extract from you. You don't need to go there. If you go to a church that emphasizes on the importance of attending these assemblies than the significance of carrying out activities that are going to advance your economic life, then that church is harmful to you. That is all I'm saying. And guys, I want you to be very, very careful with what you're hearing. I don't want you to make up your own interpretations. I am not here to tell someone what to do with their lives. Okay? I say that very clearly. I think I made it abundantly clear that I am not some sort of a spiritual guru. I am not some sort of a wisdom master. I don't know shit. Okay? I am just like you. I am trying to figure out what life is, what is important, what we should prioritize, how to avoid these malicious institutions and people with malicious intent who want to do things that are going to harm us and benefit themselves. Okay? I am here to give you an alternative perspective. I am here to point you to a different point of view and tell you, okay, maybe you should take a look at this entire situation, at this subject or topic from this point of view. Oh, have you ever tried this point of view? That is my job, okay? So today I want to tell young people, you don't need to. Like in your 20s, in your 30s, and sometimes in your 40s, those are the most, those are the most important years of your life. You're strong, you can learn quick, you don't have much responsibility, you don't have a family, or even if you have a family, you have a young family that does not require a lot from you. It's not that demanding. But as your age advances, and now you start accruing responsibilities, and people start relying on you, and your strength starts to decrease, you have these diseases creeping in, things become a little bit difficult. And look at Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey became a devout Christian just the other day. And I think every single youth, every single person who wants to be great in life should stay away from religion for a while, okay? You can pray to God. You can find a way to communicate to Him if you're a believer, and if you're someone who, believes in a higher power. I'm not here to convince you otherwise, okay? It's okay. You can do whatever you want with your life. You can, you can conduct yourself however you want in your spiritual life. The only thing that I'm trying to say here is that in your 20s, 30s, and 40s, when you still have strength and you can still go places, you still have room to make mistakes, do not commit in doing things that are not going to advance you in life, especially going to institutions that don't even care about you, okay? Like you go there and nobody even remembers your name. Nobody knows your name. Nobody even checks on you. The only thing they care about is what have you brought? What have you contributed? That is the only thing they care about. They don't care about if you have a job or not. They don't care if you lost your mom or you're going through something tough in your life. They don't care about your mental health. They don't care about your emotional health. Nobody even knows your family. Nobody even knows if you have a spouse, a fiance, a girlfriend, or a boyfriend. Like sometimes you just want somebody to talk to. You think maybe you have a community of people that surround you. Like I think that is one of the reasons why. That is one of the reasons why people do go to church. People do go to church because they're trying to, to find a sense of community. But if you can't even get a sense of community by attending these churches, then why are you still going there? If nobody is interested in you, like really interested for the sake of the brotherhood and pure love, why are you still going and fellowshipping with people who do not want a relationship, a meaningful, mutually beneficial relationship after you leave the church? So guys, I'm just trying to speak my thoughts. Maybe there are other people who think like me out there. And if that is you, please share your thoughts in the comment section, because I have been thinking about this for a very long time, and today I decided, you know what? Let me speak about it. Let me voice it out. Maybe somebody needs to hear this. Maybe somebody needs a confirmation that whatever they're thinking, okay, That particular thought, that thought about not going to church in the most important years of your life, it's not crazy. It's not just you. Okay? There's a lot of us out here who have decided not to go to church. When you get old and now you've made something out of yourself and you are in a position to support different projects in the church, to contribute without feeling the weight. Okay, like if you can carry more burden, because nowadays going to church is not a privilege or is not some sort of it's not how it used to be like in the past. Like going to church is a responsibility nowadays. It is a damn responsibility, because every single Sunday they come up with new ways to extort money from you. That is a relief. In the past, people used to feel relief when they go to church because they thought, okay, in the past, churches used to share burdens. Okay, you have this problem, let's put these resources together and find a way to solve these problems. But nowadays, the church is deliberately, okay, placing all their burdens on your shoulders. So you go to church a little bit light, but when you come back from church, you bro, stop, don't do that. You're young, okay? You need to break this chain of poverty in your family. Your parents could not do that because they are focused on church, okay? They focused on prayer instead of learning how to invest, how to communicate to people, how to develop great people skills, how to take risks, how to be entrepreneurs. Nobody taught them that. So they went to church thinking that is the only place where they're gonna get some sort of a breakthrough. But right now, we are wise. Okay, we are smart. Let's not make the same mistake. Let us use the most important years of our lives creating ourselves into the people who can carry as much burden or as much responsibility as possible. So guys, I hope you liked the video. If you enjoyed what you saw and what you heard, please consider pressing the like button and subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comment section. Guys, let's have a good time. See you, motherfuckers.